This building has been a surgery for around about 60 years. Previously it was the manse attached to the church next door. It has been extended to its maximum potential, and I think the last extension was done about 20 years ago. We now are completely out of rooms. So the new surgery is going to give us roughly double the amount of consulting space that we have currently. We're going to have co-located services with us as well, so it'll be more of a community feel to the building. We want it to be more about wellness rather than illness. So Big Local joined us when we did our consultation evenings at the library, where we opened it up to the public. They know the community so much on a different level than we know them. Patients bring us mainly their problems is what we get, but Big Local are able to communicate with them around the wider issue, and it's the social element that we need to tap into. And so I think having Big Local's understanding of that has helped us direct what we want to bring to the surgery.
We've now got this wonderful space which hosts so much potential in terms of what services we can invite to come and explore this opportunity with us. Because as a GP surgery, we might have a very clear idea about where we want it to go and how we want it to be used, but actually we aren't necessarily going to be the main users of the space. It's really good to have a GP surgery that's very open and is very inviting to the rest of the community and understands its place and how embedded it needs to be for the healthcare and well-being of its community. So it was really good that the Big Local were on board with that kind of conversation, and they were keen to take part. Connecting people and services, and that is definitely something that I feel we are capable of doing now that we've got this space, and Big Local definitely do that. They definitely do that.
We've got some really fantastic grounds, but the one thing that we didn't have was something that was really going to engage our older children. We made the link with Rob at the Big Local and applied for some money to go towards the equipment. The PTA put £5,000, the Big Local put £5,000, and then the rest of the money came from the school budget that we've been saving for. At lunchtime, when there's 180 children outside, there's huge engagement between the younger children and the older children. When myself and the executive head do school tours, we show them all of the inside of the school, but it's the sort of part when we come out onto the actual playground and the play equipment itself is the thing that we get quite a lot of wow, and I think that's one of the deciding factors for parents when they choose us.
We went to Big Local for the first time for a grant. At that time, because it was lockdown, we weren't doing Dragon's Den. We set up like a sort of a gardening subcommittee, and we basically just put a box in the local park with like compost and pots and stuff. And then we started running little events, like we ran a Halloween party, which again, that was funded by Big Local. And we got another £500 grant to help with running sort of quarterly fairs at the local village hall, trying to make it more of a sort of a community event. And we figured the best way to do that was put on free stuff for kids, because then families will come and hang out, and that's been really successful. Sometimes we'll put on things like a pumpkin trail we did a couple of years ago. This year we did a scarecrow trail with relatively small kind of seed money, just to kind of get stuff going or make people feel like they've got a bit of spending money to just start a project. Has been really, really valuable. If that wasn't there, it would be very difficult to even start thinking about what activities we could put on, because immediately there's some cost involved.
One of the big sort of attractions of Dragon's Den for people who are applying is that they get to meet the dragons, and the dragons tend to be funders or influential stakeholders.
You get to talk to other people around about in the community and share ideas. So we missed it during COVID, and a lot of the discussions we've been having over the COVID period and coming the last couple of years of Big Local is, how can we secure the funding? How can we get the money in to make sure that Dragon's Den continues? We've realised how increasingly important it is to how we communicate with people in the community. And it's emphasised how important that communication is. Well, we had to stop doing it for 2 years.